Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and today I'm joined by Susan, and we are talking in 2022 movie this year, sci-fi, adventure, drama, fantasy, whatever you want. It's a story of the moon is moving out of orbit, and on the consequences on planet Earth.
And it's not Jerry Anderson.
No, it's not. It's not Space 1999.
Although I thought that there would be some sort of references in it.
It's a little movie starring Halle Berry, Patrick Wilson, John Bradley, called Moonfall. I saw the trailer for this maybe a month or so back, and I thought, interesting. We may have to talk about this one, and we are doing. Yep. So, opening thoughts, Susan, on Moonfall.
All right, Moonfall was, like I was saying, I was like hoping when I first saw this that there would be some reference to the alpha base and the traveling by space travel by whole moons, and like that's hilarious. But then there were enough similarities, though. It turns out the inside of the moon is hollow, and it's got a great.
Is it an egg?
It is not an egg.
There's no dragon in it, then.
There's no dragon in it. This isn't Doctor Who. It was hollow, and there was something like the device that you get in the movie Contact.
Yeah.
With the gyroscopic turny wheel type deals on the inside, and it's got a big engine and a little dwarf star in the middle. So there's dwarf star alloy. Anyway, that's also Doctor Who. No, that's also Doctor Who. Anyway, it's a enjoyable movie about some weird stuff that happens when the moon decides to crash into Earth because it's being driven by what? Like venom? Or is it like the replicators? What the hell is this thing that's like all made out of all these little particles?
It was, what do they call it? Nanotech AI.
Nanotech AI, but those weren't nano, those were very, very visible.
Yeah, well, they all came together, didn't they, to build this huge AI? Yeah,
but the AI was just like a big snaky thing, like one of those fireworks that you light, and they grow into a little snake, a little like. Anyway, yeah. So those are some of the similarities. So you've got the moon with like really cool like entrance places that you didn't see because they were on the dark side of the moon, which isn't really the dark side of the moon. It's just like the side that we don't ever see, and that's actually where the Cybermen and everybody else is hanging out. It's on the so like there's a moon base on the dark side of the moon, but it's like, and anyway, they discovered all of this stuff, and apparently we were engineered kind of to fit in on this planet because our own had been destroyed by this venom AI type deal. Anyway, it was I kind of got a kick out of the little moon shuttle, the thing that they shot the Endeavour into space, and the space shuttle Endeavour, and then that poor ship lost its tail.
Yep.
And the destruction, all these rocks are falling to Earth. And so even though recently almost all of the rocks from the Apollo 11 mission were stolen in this country, if you just wait around a little while, all those rocks will come back to crashing down to Earth too, because the moon's destroying itself as it's coming crashing into our Earth, as it's running into buildings and causing huge gravity waves. Gravity waves, anyone? Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
surfs up, dude. And I don't know, tsunamis, other things. Lots of weird stuff happening on planet Earth due to this. And so yeah, it talks about our responsibilities as an enlightened species, that we don't let this AI destroy whatever we were up to. And so over to you, Lee.
Thank you, Susan. Well, as I said at the beginning, I was attracted to this movie by the trailer that I saw, and we always say never judge a movie by the trailer.
You do.
Sometimes be disappointed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's corny in some places. The high octane adventure of going into space and saving the Earth, and it's been done before many times in movies. But this has got a mixture of science fiction and reality, because I'm positive that all the events, what was happening on Earth as the moon was getting nearer and nearer, would happen.
Yeah.
Because the moon does control the tides.
Yeah.
And I assume that all oxygen would be reduced as it got nearer and nearer. And so you would get the gravity waves, the gravity would alter. So all that, for me, science put with the science fiction works so well. I mean, it is far-fetched. I mean, what was the character's name? Houseman, played by John Bradley, going on about the moon is a megastructure, which some people believe in that. But they've put this into the movie as, the moon is a megastructure built by ancient civilization, what was quite intellectual, who created the AI, who created the human race. Which this is the science fiction room, but put it with the reality of the events of what would happen in a disaster like this, it works so well.
Because they didn't make Earth the human race on Earth too advanced. I think that's what.
And this super AI, what is drawing the moon towards the Earth, is attracted by modern electric technology, isn't it?
Yeah.
With
bio signatures within.
Yeah, so this is why they had to turn off phones, and even the bomb trigger button, ammunition button, had to be turned off or smashed, because it was technology, what it could sense. Yep. I quite enjoyed it. I mean, as I say, it's a bit far-fetched here and there, a bit campy. The acting's a bit wooden here and there by the supporting actors.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Halle Berry in the movie, because I haven't seen her for quite a while.
No, I know. That's right.
She didn't really have much to do in this, though. And I know she's the leading name on the credit list, but she didn't really have much to do in this. But it was really nice to see her in a movie again. Patrick Wilson seems to be in every movie going these days.
Yeah.
But he's a good actor. I can't fault him. John Bradley, it's nice to see him doing something different than Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Even a little cameo from Donald Sutherland. I thought, is that Donald Sutherland? And then he comes out the shadows. It was. He was. He wasn't even in the movie. For 4 minutes, if that. So, but yeah, the effects are quite good here and there, especially the destruction of all the cities and the flying meteorites and crashing down in the mountains, and it's quite good. And then it swapped back to the moon in space, where the action was happening there.
And for a while, I thought there were two AIs, because there was the one there was the one that surrounded the space shuttle, and they're repairing a satellite crew. And then there was the one you could see it on the moon. I thought that there were two anyway.
But also this movie as well is had cover-ups from back in the day from Apollo, was it 11?
Yeah.
You know, they lost contact with them for about so many minutes. It's because they discovered this thing on the moon, and the cover-up with Patrick Wilson's character, Harper. They had the film of the AI back then, but they discredited him. They ruined his career just to save face. Which, you know, I would suppose mostly that does happen.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a fun movie. Not too long.
It is.
It flopped at the cinema. I mean, I think it's still at the cinema now. But it flopped. It didn't make much money. But I think cinema has got a long way to go before people start going back and sitting down and watching movies because of the pandemic for the last 2 years. Yeah, got a long way to go. I think theatre goers now, you know.
Yep.
So, anything else, Susan?
Well, seeing Halle Berry was great. She, I think that she hasn't been acting as much as she's been producing. She's produced like 5 things since 2020 or something like that. So she's been doing a lot of that. The garnering of money and the establishing of whatever she's working on. Like that's a lot of other energy that's going on with her. But I'm really glad to see her acting again. She was great. It was really cool, and they had the supporting cast were at times like a supporting cast is. Sometimes they're really acting weakly, and sometimes they're really eating the scenery. I love the driving bit where they do like that jump off one thing, and then like they use and there, of course, there's some chase scenes and cars and stuff where they're just trying to capture these people, and a lot of them are I don't know how or why they were fighting as hard, but they were. I think that they were
scavenging.
They were scavenging, but they're it almost felt like they were obsessing on these people that and I don't think that was necessarily the whole story with that, but I don't think that they, even if they wrote more into that story, and then they just ended up on the cutting room floor. I don't know, but anyway, it was a good chase scene through falling debris and rising rocks and roads and falling rocks and roads and all those things. It was crazy. And then there was the other thing that was really quite intense was when they're getting close to the moon, like all the stuff that was flying up off of them and knocking bits off the space shuttle Endeavour and stuff, and then the fact that they had to get out of the spaceship, out of the space shuttle, and get in another smaller landing, and they just left the space shuttle up there, just crashed, but that was I guess that was their plan. But anyway, it's for reasons that we will end up not being quite ready when the aliens decide to attack, because we will have given up all of our space shuttles and our spaceships, and we just won't have any way of coming out on top of that relationship. Anyway, so I really like the bit about the one guy who was just he was just normally working restaurant stuff, and then and he was getting fired or something because of not following the rules and being on his phone, but he discovered that the moon was moving, and so when you expect something to remain in orbit at a certain length, certain distance, certain whatever, that's kind of what you really.
And
You really
NASA wouldn't listen to him.
Yeah, NASA wouldn't listen to him, and that was funny, and it was and that.
So he posted it all over social media.
So he put it up on social media. Right, that's what you got to do. You have to get attention somehow, and yeah. So, what else?
I mean, you don't know if people survive in this. I mean, the main characters you do know because they're at the end of the movie, but you don't know if like what's his name, Houseman's mother,
Houseman's mother,
or Houseman's cat survives this.
Yes.
Because you see them just being wheeled out in the wheelchair, and you don't see them again. So do you assume that they are killed in the destruction? Because at the end of it, the AI of the moon recreates Houseman and his mother and cat. So
Right.
for what purpose, we don't know. And we most probably will not know because the most probably what be a sequel to this.
Right. They tried. They left some strings dangling at the end. That's for sure.
That's true. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to think. Did the kid's father survive?
I think
The general. He stopped him nuking the moon. I can't remember. I know the place was falling down and everything. But I can't remember if he survived or not. But but it's a fun movie. It draws you in.
The one thing that I really didn't enjoy because it wouldn't have looked like that is the moon on top of the earth, and the moon you could actually see the curvature, and even at the low angle you could kind of see the curvature of Earth. But I don't think it would be like that. It would be almost parallel flat, because these are great big huge fucking planetary objects and lunar objects. I mean, these are not like, this sort of, giant disco ball in the sky, so that you're seeing all the lights and stuff. That didn't make any sense.
Wait,
my science fiction, my willingly suspended disbelief did take a lot more to willingly suspended.
But you was okay with the moon being a mega structure?
Yeah, I was okay with that. I mean, it was very Jerry Anderson, like I'm saying, like that's been done. That's already been done. In fact, you could fly that thing around a little bit. I mean, they flew a whole city in Stargate Atlantis, and I mean, apparently in Halo, there's like these ships that are just, ginormous. And of course, there's the Death Star, which, you can see that if somebody really had an evil side to them, they could move into the middle, take all that energy that's being harnessed and all that stuff and shoot it out at other planets, and do that Death Star thing like they do. But that's just my opinion on the subject.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to say about Moonfall before we move on? No.
It was great to see a full moon and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we'll go to final say and score then.
Okay. I enjoyed this. I really did, and I liked the first three, the top three characters on the list. They were great. I thought that they had a lot of fun and scientific, lots of science going on, and that was what was fun. And even though the visual effects were were great. I mean, there was still like that kind of shrinking things down to size just to put them on the screen the way it would look good. I disagree. The science says that it would be two flat looking things, one flat this way, one flat this way. Anyway, but I don't live on the moon, so I don't like really know.
You don't live on the moon? I beg to differ. You're out there.
Oh, yeah, that's hilarious. I'll give it 10 10 Chrysler buildings in a snowdrift out of 10.
Cool. I was just thinking, I think this might be it might be, I don't know, we've done that many casts these days, but this might be the first disaster movie we've done. I can't remember if we've done any more disaster movies.
That needs to be rectified, because I know it's one of them. Yeah, good point, Lee.
Yeah, but I always like a good disaster movie, even how far-fetched it can be, and this was a bit far-fetched, but it doesn't take away the enjoyment of the movie. I know it flopped at the cinema. I know some of the acting was a bit wooden, but it's still an enjoyable movie. It's a rush. So I'm going to give it 10. I'm going to give it 10 AIs out of 10.
Okay.
I know some people have dissed the movie, but hey, I don't care. This is our opinion.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree with us.
You don't have to agree with us, but we will make sure that you're the first one that the moon squishes if it comes close.
You'll be the first up against the wall. So yeah, that's our little review of Moonfall. As I say, it's a new movie this year. Not really well advertised. It was just the trailer that attracted me to it, and I'm glad we've watched it and talked about it today. And I'm glad that we both enjoyed it, really.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we watch movies and we don't really enjoy them. Sometimes, not often. Not often, but so yeah, that's us done with Moonfall. Susan, thank you once again.
Yeah.
You guys out there, please leave a comment below. Let us know if you've seen the movie, what you thought of it. Leave a comment below if you'd like to join us. On Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Just leave us a message. We'll try and get you on. You've got to be 18 plus. Laptop, PC, tablet, or mobile phone with a working camera and microphone. That's all you need. And also you have to get your hands on the Zoom app, of course.
Yeah. Right for Zoom.
Yeah, and also when you subscribe to us on YouTube, please press the bell notification button, and you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. And you'll be surprised what we talk about, because we just like talking nonsense. A lot of nonsense, but also
no. We tell you the truth about what's going on in these movies, TV shows, audio adventures, even record albums, and we do trailer reviews sometimes. We've done a lot of different kinds of things, and we're just we're really glad to keep doing these wonderful discussions about the very geekiest stuff out there.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, so we don't care what it is, as long as we enjoy watching it. And we give our opinions at the end of it. So yeah, so that's it. I think there's nothing else you can think of. No. So until the next time, until the next moonrise or moonfall, be seeing you.